It's OG time in Houston, Texas, around the country and around the world. Welcome to the Papa Geoff's America podcast. Continuing the conversation one podcast at a time, a conversation about what's going on in America, a conversation about politics, government, world events, stuff and things. With differing points of view, we are all inclusive. Everything from far right to far left and everything in between. Things that you want to talk about with commentary, exhilarating guests, and what would a day be without Papa Geoff's classic old guy humor, right? So with one sort of kind of good eye, a very, some would say, unique sense of humor, and definitely a face for radio, here's Mr. Here We Go himself, the G-Man, PG the OG, Papa Geoff. Everybody, I'm Papa Geoff, and welcome to the Papa Geoff's America program. We're continuing the conversation one podcast at a time. It's 67 degrees and sunny at the OG radio studios in H-Town, Space City, Houston, Texas, the city with no limits. Now, don't look back. The 2020 dumpster fire is in the rearview mirror, and it's time to press on into a stronger and healthier 2021. But before we do that, we here at the Papa Geoff's America podcast wanted to reflect on our debut season and give a shout out to those that made our first season such a success. Our premiere episode debuted in August of 2020 with an ultra-political theme, and since then, we've changed our format and segued into positivity, mindfulness, social awareness, health, wellness, and human interest. Almost a polar opposite from where we started, but I can tell you that we're a lot happier, and through your feedback, you're a lot happier too. And so we press on. 2020 brought us some great guest conversations. We started out with Andrew Wellborn talking about politics and the election. Dr. Chad Venters shared with us a great conversation on history, social awareness, politics, religion, and what the founders were thinking. Jeffrey B. stopped by. Geoff is the host of the Politics and Peeves podcast, and we not only talked about that podcast, but also about his past life working for the TSA. BJ Reed stopped by, and we talked about the debut of his podcast, Read Between the Lines. Matt Parker was with us a couple of times, talking about Conversations from the Cab, the life of a railroad locomotive engineer. Our long-distance interview, at least the most long-distance one so far, was in China with Xander Schweik. We talked about the paranormal world with a side order of voiceover acting. And Spencer Hughes was here as well, host of the Hughes from the Heart podcast. Spencer used to do political radio for 25 plus years and wasn't liking the person that he was turning into, so he changed the format. And I can tell you that that conversation was a wake-up call for me as well. Captain Max Parks was here. He's the co-host of the Riding Big Red podcast, and he let us in on what it's like to be a firefighter and what it's like to ride Big Red. And then there's Dennis Conner, what an amazing soul. We talked all about humanity, doing the right thing, and that we need to take care of each other. Jessica and Sean Weeks were here. They're co-hosts of the Confident Marriage podcast about the ups and downs of marriage and how to make it through together. Joining us then was Cheyenne Abolt, another truly amazing soul of Cheyenne and Company. Remember her? Singer, songwriter, musician, yoga instructor, paraglide pilot, process server, paralegal, and falconer. How awesome is she? And she's got a new EP coming out this month, so we're going to want to watch for that. And our final episode, which was actually a New Year's Day episode, was Gabe and Lenora, a true love story. If you haven't heard this one, please check it out, and if you can help those guys, please do. Anything that you could do would make a big difference. All of these episodes are available on our website, papageoffusa.com, and if you haven't heard them, check them out. This is the Papa Geoff's America program on the OG Radio Network. So what's coming up in 2021? Next. Papa Geoff's America, so much more than politics. New episodes every Monday. Check it out and subscribe at papageoffusa.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Papa Geoff's America, continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. welcome back. So 2021 is here, and so are we. We've got some great conversations coming up this year. This week, for instance, I'm recording with a paranormal investigator that's located in the United Kingdom, and there's more interesting and insightful conversations in the mix coming up. I think Monica is even going to come on with me for some special episodes about being married to an OG, an old guy. And I'm telling you, that's a very special lady to be able to do that. And we also think we're going to talk about raising 2 teenage daughters in COVID times. So there's some interesting conversation there as well. We're also looking into doing live videos that will be posted to our YouTube channel. We all know that Papa Jeff's got a face for radio, so we'll just have to see where that goes. Just have to take a look at that one, see what happens. Now, we also want to take a moment to recognize the people that you never see and most likely will never hear their voices, but they're here, and we couldn't do the broadcast without them. Our executive producer is Monica. Our news and current events producer is Emmy. Our social justice and soapbox issue producer is Sydney. Our rest and napping producer is Abby. And our director of broadcast security is Harley. Big hugs to all those folks, because without them, there just wouldn't be a Papa Jeff's America podcast. And before we go, I just want to say thanks again to all of you, our faithful audience, for tuning in each and every episode. We're always trying to improve our content, so go to our website, send us an email with what you want to hear. Thanks again, guys, from all of us here at Papa Jeff's America. Much love and respect. Always be safe and be well. Here we go. Thank you for joining us today for the Papa Jeff's America program. Check out more episodes of our podcast at papajeffusa.com. You can subscribe through the link on our website or wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all the major platforms. papajeffusa.com is your home for Papa Jeff's America. While you're there, you can check out more episodes of the broadcast, check out the OG Corner, get in contact with us, and you can even link to all of our social media. Please share our broadcast on all of your social media, because sharing is caring. And if you would like to help us keep our broadcast content free, please click on the Buy Me a Coffee link. You know how much Papa Jeff loves his coffee. And while we're on the subject of you, we want to hear from you. Your thoughts and comments and suggestions are what make this program go. Send us an email at our website, papajeffusa.com, or you can text us at area code 281-940-6980. Message and data rates may apply. Remember to wear that mask. Stay home if you can. Practice social distancing. Wash your hands frequently. And let's all take care of each other. Remember, disagree doesn't mean dislike. We're all in this together. Thanks again for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you next time when we continue the conversation, one podcast at a time.